So the other thing I did see in theaters, which is still available in your, local art house or whatever, Somewhere in Queens, the Ray Romano movie.
Oh, yes, the Ray Romano movie. Okay.
Yeah, so he wrote it and directed it. He had a co-writer. It's interesting. I mean, there's definitely some interesting aspects to it because part of this whole thing is about his son. He's only his one child who's about to graduate high school. And, what's going on with that and playing sports and how this is affecting his life and, also where Ray is at in his life because he's in the family business, but not exactly number one. So there are some mismatches in that timeline, which, whatever. Again, it's a Hollywood movie. It was mostly fine when you're watching it. Laurie Metcalf is his wife. She's fantastic as always.
Solid as always, probably.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's very good. It's pretty... I mean, is it one long episode of Everybody Loves Raymond? Maybe. But it's...
With higher stakes, probably.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, but still, Ray is a little bumbly, and that's part of the problem. And how is that going with the family? But there are serious issues, and how are we working it out? But then sometimes it's bad, but then it's okay. So whatever. That works out well, I think.
That's a good pitch. Sold.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was very solid. I mean, it felt incredibly grounded in that. I mean, this is what he always does. It's very family, this Queens, Italian, it all felt very real. And I mean, yeah, the dad was incredible. I looked him up, Tony Bianco. It's like, oh, you've been in everything? Well, I don't remember that, but you are great.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two, they were teenagers, and sometimes they were irritating, but it was very realistic, and they never used it as a device to drive you insane. It was like, no, this is kind of what would be happening in this scenario, which sometimes was a little bit much. One of the scenarios is a little forced, but it was like, well, if we're going that way, that's kind of what's going to happen.
Mm.
So I thought it was very enjoyable. I do hope, a lot of people see it. I haven't read anything about what Ray is like, oh, well, this is from my life or whatever, which I don't think is true in any way except for the family aspect. But I do wonder okay, yeah, where did this come from or why did you, do this? But quite a nice story from Ray.
And straight to the movie theaters. It could have been so easy on a streaming platform, which you probably will go to at some point, but it's kind of nice it was in the movie theater.
Yeah, although don't be confused. It says it's a 2022 movie because it was in a film festival in 2022. But then it didn't come out till now. So,
okay.
yeah, they locked into theaters eventually.
Great.